You know, guys, this video might not even be necessary, but this is a very small topic that I came across a couple of times during some of the comments on my videos, and it pertains to the Shadow Company. Now, the Shadow Company is a private military company that can be looked as good, bad, or anti-hero. And you could look at them in all kinds of ways. But one of the main things with the Shadow Company is that they obviously come from the original Modern Warfare trilogy that released back in the 2010s. And I'm not sure back then how that worked, but I think back then General Shepard owned the Shadow Company. And there was a misconception, I think, coming into this new rebooted trilogy where some people still think that the Shadow Company is owned by Herschel Shepard, the General Shepard that we meet in Modern Warfare 2 for the new rebooted trilogy. And I kind of just wanted to clarify, and I may be wrong, and there may be some documents in game that I didn't pick up, that I didn't see, that says otherwise. But as far as I am concerned, Philip Graves owns the Shadow Company, and that's basically the video, because it's like, who owns the Shadow Company? Is it General Herschel Shepard or is it Commander Philip Graves? In the comments, I've been told like, oh no, General Shepard actually owns the Shadow Company, or the Shadow Company is General Shepard and he just put Commander Graves in the position of command, the position of leader. But that's not actually true. Commander Philip Graves is the founder and the CEO of the Shadow Company. He started that company after leaving the military back in 2017. So the Shadow Company has been operating a few years now, since 2017 all the way to 2024. So a little bit less than 10 years, but he's owned it and he started it. As you guys know from our previous videos, when he founded the company, its goals were to be a global risk management, protection, private military firm, and Philip Graves usually handpicks those members of his PMC. He usually talks to them, trains them, kind of sees where they're at, and he only picks the best of the best. So it all points to Philip Graves being the owner, the founder, the main guy for the Shadow Company. And some people might get confused because Herschel Shepard or General Shepard, whatever, was always talking to the Shadow Company, talking about the shadows. He says, my shadows, or, you know, Captain Price saying, keep your dog on a leash. It's almost like he commands him, like he owns him. And some people do believe that. Some people in the comments do believe that Philip Graves is owned basically by General Shepard, and I again don't think so. I think it was a maybe mutual thing, and kind of Graves is a prideful man, so when he got caught up in all the BS that he got caught up in, he was just trying to do what he needed to do. And I think part of him wanted to maybe fight Task Force 141 just to see, like, hey, who's better, Task Force 141 or the Shadows? Who's better, me or Captain Price and his goons? You know, like, that's probably what Philip Graves was thinking. So a little bit of pride kind of took over him when he wanted to kill them in Mexico. But we don't want to get into that right now. The point is that the Shadow Company is not owned by General Shepard, at least not in this rebooted trilogy. He plays a beneficiary role. He contacts them on a regularly. He uses them for a lot of operations. He pays them well through the government, but they are not owned by Shepard. Now, someone left a very interesting comment in one of my videos, and again, I'm really sorry that I can't remember who you are, but if you are in the comments, comment again and let me know where you found this. But he said that in the DMZ version of Modern Warfare 2, you can find a document that states that Philip Graves was in huge debt, and so was the Shadow Company. They were basically gonna have to shut down, but General Herschel Shepard came, gave them money, and was able to bring them back up, and they basically stayed afloat because of the missions or operations that they were doing for General Shepard. That is extremely interesting, and I cannot find that anywhere online. I looked on Reddit, I looked everywhere, you know, Google, but I can't seem to find that. So if anyone knows what he was talking about, show me a picture, send me a message on Instagram, send it to me so I could see it, because that would kind of change a little bit the dynamic of how I viewed the whole Shadow Company, General Shepard, and Commander Graves situation. Because maybe Philip Graves did feel some sort of debt or need to do these operations for Shepard, because if he didn't, you know, his PMC would basically shut down or would go defunct, whatever. So it was kind of my back against the wall type of thing, and this could also give him an opportunity to come out to Task Force 141 and be like, hey, you know what I did was messed up. I apologize for that, but this is what happened. My back was against the wall. I had to take care of my guys. I had to take care of my company, and this was the price that I was willing to pay. Now, everyone all the time, no matter what happens, when I talk about Philip Graves, they talk about the incident in Mexico, how he went on and massacred a bunch of people. So for a lot of people, he can't be redeemed, and that's fine. But the point is that if he really was going bankrupt and General Shepard did keep him afloat, it really changes the dynamic and everything that I basically know for Modern Warfare 2 and the Shadow Company so far. But it doesn't make General Shepard the leader, the commander, the boss, the CEO of the Shadow Company. It doesn't. It means that he's a person who has a lot of interest in the Shadow Company, and he can use them a lot, and he can kind of twist Philip Graves' arm a little bit, but I wouldn't want to twist it too much, because if Philip Graves gets pissed off, I think he just turns into something completely different. And I also think that Captain Price killing General Shepard was good, but I think it would have happened either way. I think somebody would have killed General Shepard, and I think that somebody might have been Philip Graves. I think Captain Price just beat him to it, because I think Graves was ready to cut his losses with General Shepard and move on after the court hearing, and after seeing how General Shepard himself said that he did not order the attack on Mexico. So Philip Graves was probably done. He was probably afloat. Again, he was probably fine money-wise, and I think he could move on from General Shepard. So I think eventually, very soon, had Captain Price not killed General Shepard, Graves would have probably done the same thing for a lot of reasons, to clean up loose ends and to really just get rid of him. He probably didn't care about Shepard and just wanted to see him go. So I think that would have happened. And once again, the point is that I really wanted to kind of make that understood, that the Shadow Company belongs and has always belonged to Philip Graves, although General Shepard played a big role in them and what operations they took on for a while. Now that he's dead, the Shadow Company still is Commander Graves until Commander Graves dies, gets killed, or leaves it.